Welcome student to course Object Oriented Programming using C++. Myself Mangudi Noorjahan, lecturer at Computer Department, Brahmodaya Dada Mane Polytechnic, Solapur. I am here to deliver a lecture on Object Oriented Programming. Let's see course outcome. There are 5 course outcomes. The first one is develop a C++ program to solve problem using procedure oriented approach. The second one is develop a C++ program using classes and objects. And the third outcome is implement inheritance in C++ program. And the fourth one is use polymorphism in C++ programs. And the last one is develop a C++ program to perform file operation. After this course, we'll get this all outcome. The next, let's see the first unit, that is principle of object oriented programming. In this, we are going to learn 2 points, that is procedure oriented programming versus object oriented programming. Basically, the programming techniques or the programming paradigms are divided into
First
three
one is
categories.
unstructured programming. The example of unstructured programming is assembly languages, which are earlier used. Second one is procedure oriented programming, which is also called as high level languages. For example, C, COBOL, Fortran, ISP, HTML, etc. are the examples of procedure oriented programming languages. And the third one is object oriented programming. The example of object oriented programming: C++, Java, C Sharp, VC++, etc. Let's see the first unit, which is principle of object oriented programming. In that, we are going to learn first point, procedure oriented programming versus object oriented programming. Basically, programming techniques are divided into three categories. The first category is unstructured programming. The example of unstructured programming is assembling language, which was earlier used. Second one is procedure oriented programming languages, which is also called as high level languages. The example of this: C, COBOL, Fortran, ISP, HTML, etc. The third category is object oriented programming languages. The examples of this are C++, Java, C Sharp, VC++, etc. Let's see first procedure oriented programming languages. It means a set of procedure, which is a set of subroutine or also called as a set of functions. Functions are called repeatedly in a program to execute a task performed by them. For example, a program may involve collecting data from user, which is called as reading, performing some calculation on collected data, which is called as calculation, and displaying result, which is called as printing. All three tasks are written in a program with the help of three different functions. Next is procedure oriented language. Here, let's see the diagram. Main program is divided into number of 5 functions. Function 1, function 2. Again, the function is divided one into function 3 and function 4. Similarly, function 2 is divided into function 4 and function 5. Means what? Here the program is divided into different subroutines. Let's see the characteristics of procedure oriented programming. Procedure oriented programming is totally emphasis on doing things algorithmically, means step by step instructions. In procedure oriented programming, the large programs are divided into smaller programs called functions. Most functions share global data. Next is data move openly around the system from function to function. Procedure oriented programming follows top down approach. Next is object oriented programming. Object oriented methodology is a certain process through which software can be developed. The goal of this methodology are achieve software systems that are reliable, reusable and extensible, etc. This methodology achieve its goal by the help of collection of objects that communicate by exchanging messages. Object oriented programming allows decomposition of
Problems into number of entities called objects and then builds data and functions around those objects. See object oriented programming diagrammatically. Here the data of an object can be accessed only by the function associated with that object. However, functions of one object can access the function of other objects.
the features of object oriented programming. OP is totally emphasis on data rather than procedure. The programs are divided into what are known as objects. Third one is the data structures are designed such that they characterize the object. Functions that operate on data of an object are tied together in the data structure. Data is hidden and cannot be accessed by external functions. Objects may communicate with each other through functions. New data and objects or functions can be easily added whenever necessary.
It follows bottom-up approach in the program design. These all are the examples of object-oriented programming languages, which is also called as modern programming languages.
Let's see basic concept of object oriented programming. It is also called as features of object oriented programming. It is necessary to understand some of the concept used in object oriented programming, which includes objects, classes, data abstraction, data encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism and message passing. Let's see one by one. Objects are basic runtime entities in an object oriented system. They may represent a person, a place, a bank account, a table, or etc. Object may have methods, attributes, and events. What is method? Things which an object can do. Usually identify an action. For example, hide or show. What are the attributes? Attributes are nothing but the properties, whatever we declared in the class member, data members. Attributes, things which describe an object. For example, back color, name. Events, forces external to an object to which the object can react, usually attached to an event procedure. Let's see the example how you are going to create an object. For example, object is a student. Data members are the name, age, and marks. The function which will be operate on objects are total, average, and display. When a program is executed, the objects interact by sending messages to one another. For example, if a customer and account are two objects in a program, then the customer object may send a message to the account object requesting for the bank balance. This is the example of object, how you are going to interact object with each other. Now let's see class. A class, the entire set of data and code of an object can made user defined data type with the help of class. It provides a way to create new objects based on meta definition of an object. For example, a class fruit. Constructor is a special class method used to create a new instance of a class. Example, mango is an instance of a fruit class. In fact, objects are variable of type class. One class has been defined. We can create any number of objects belonging to that class. Each object is associated with the data of type class with which they are created. Thus, a class is a collection of objects of similar type. For example, mango, apple, and orange are members of class fruit. Classes are user defined data types and behave like a built in type. Encapsulation, incorporation into a class of data and operation in one package. The wrapping of data and function into a single unit is known as encapsulation. Data can only be accessed through the package. It is also called as information hiding. Is most important feature of class. The data is not accessible to the outside world and only those functions which are wrapped in the class can access it. These functions provide the interface between objects of data and program. Next feature is data abstraction. It refers to the act of representing essential features without including the background details or explanation. Classes uses the concept of abstraction. It defines a list of abstract attributes such as size, weight, and cost, and functions to operate on these attributes. They encapsulate all the essential properties of object that are to be created. The attributes are sometimes called data members because they hold information. The functions that operate on these data are sometimes called method or member functions. Since the classes uses the concept of data abstraction, they are known as abstract data type. Now, inheritance. It allows programmers to create new classes based on an existing class. Inheritance is the process by which objects of one class acquire the properties of objects of another class. It supports the concept of hierarchical classification. Methods and attributes from the parent class are inherited by the newly created class. New methods and attributes can be created in new class but don't affect the parent class definition. OOP, the concept of inheritance provides the idea of reusability. This means that we can add additional features to existing class without modifying it. This is possible by driving a new class from existing one. The new class will have the combined feature of both classes. Polymorphism. It is a Greek term means the ability to take more than one form. Operation may exhibit different behavior in different instances. For example, function draw. Creating methods which describe the way to do some general functions. Example, drive method in automobile class. Polymorphic methods can adopt a specific type of object. For example, consider the operation of addition for two numbers. The operation will generate a sum. If the operands are string, then the operation would produce third string by concatenation. The process of making operator to exhibit different behaviors in different instances is known as operator overloading. Polymorphism plays an important role in allowing objects having different internal structures to share the same external interface. Feature is message passing. Objects communicate with one another by sending and receiving information much the same way as people can pass messages to one another. The concept of message passing makes it easier to talk about building systems that directly model their real world counterparts. Now, the next are the OOP applications. The concept of OOP, object oriented programming, are used in real time system, in simulation, object oriented databases, hypertext, hypermedia, artificial intelligence, expert systems, neural networks, and parallel programming, in decision support and office automation system, CAM, CAD system, etc.